Looking for Shopify alternatives in 2025? You're not alone. Sure, Shopify is a go-to for a lot of e-commerce projects, but let's be real, it's not perfect. Maybe the monthly fees are starting to pile up. Maybe you're frustrated by the lack of customization without hiring a developer. Or maybe you just feel like Shopify is too controlling. Or hey, maybe you're just looking for something simpler to run your side hustle. I get it. I've been there too. And honestly, a lot of my friends use different business builders for different reasons. So in this Shopify alternatives video, I'm breaking down all the ins and outs of these tools and why one of them might be the perfect fit for your next $1 million business. Let's roll. Let's start with Hostinger Website Builder, one of the easiest e-commerce platforms for small businesses. It's the perfect solution if just thinking about setting up an online store makes you want to quit before you begin. If coding or navigating endless settings sounds like a nightmare, this is a tool for you. Hosting your e-commerce is ridiculously simple. It's basically drag, drop, done. And if you have zero tech skills, no worries. You get clean, modern store designs that honestly look like a professional made them. Plus, you can use AI to generate your site layout, design, and even content. And it's not just a gimmick. Hostinger's AI actually fills your site with relevant text and images that make sense. Pretty much everyone I've talked to who used Hostinger said the same thing. For a single project, the AI and user experience combo makes it the easiest way to get online. And not just the easiest, maybe even the cheapest for two big reasons. First, Hostinger is one of the most affordable hosting providers on the market. Now sure, you can find cheaper 1-month plans or big flashy discounts that skyrocket after the promo ends. But I'm talking total cost. No nonsense, no hidden fees, no tenfold price hikes. If you're planning to run your online store for a few years, grabbing a 4-year plan is hands down the cheapest way to go. And hey, would you look at that? There's a Hostinger discount link waiting for you in the description, making things even more budget friendly. You're welcome. Second, and this one's a big deal if you plan to sell a lot of low-cost items, Hostinger takes no cut from your transactions, zero. That means aside from the usual fees from payment processors, everything you earn stays in your pocket. But, and this is a big but, Hostinger is only viable for smaller projects that don't need extensive or complex features just yet. Out of all the tools I'll talk about today, this one is the freshest, so there's still a lot of room for growth. The biggest drawback, at least for me, is the limited integrations with third-party marketing or email apps. It's getting better month by month, don't get me wrong, but almost everyone I spoke to said the same thing. Hostinger was amazing until they needed one key feature it didn't support. Then they had to move on. That said, what is amazing is that you can grab a plan, test your store, and if it's not a good fit, you've got a 30-day refund window. No pressure, no risk. And no, I'm not talking about those old school cancellation processes where you have to answer 10 questions and they beg you to stay. With Hostinger, it's just a few clicks and you're done. My money went straight back into my account. No hassle. I've canceled so many services just to test them out that someone at Hostinger probably has my name on a list by now. But back to the builder itself. Yes, it's a bit limited at the moment. That said, I'll give them huge credit for including a public roadmap, so you know exactly what features are coming next. And here's something I've never seen anywhere else. Hostinger actually lets you request new features. Yeah, it's almost like they're genuinely focused on becoming the best platform to sell online, no matter your level of experience. Of course, as always, I double-check Reddit to see how real users feel about each provider I mention. It's one thing to speak from a professional perspective, but sometimes I can get blindsided. In this case though, Reddit pretty much echoed everything I've already said. Beginners love how straightforward Hostinger is. Many mentioned it's perfect for getting started without feeling overwhelmed. But others pointed out that it's not ideal for serious stores, especially if you're planning to scale or need advanced features. And yeah, I have to agree. I'll even throw in one more small con. The store could use more customization options. Having more dynamic ways to display products would definitely help your store stand out. But it is what it is. If you're not looking for anything too fancy and just want to test the waters with an online store, this is the best Shopify alternative for beginners. Go ahead and give Hostinger's website builder a try. Now, for those of you who like to get your hands dirty and really dive into the nuts and bolts of building an online business, we actually don't need to go anywhere or even get a different subscription because we can just use Hostinger's WordPress plus WooCommerce combo. Technically, this is a free Shopify alternative, though you'll still need hosting, which is where Hostinger comes in. I won't go on again about how affordable Hostinger is, but the fact that you can run both a store with their website builder and an online business through WordPress shows they genuinely care about the user experience. And here's the craziest part. If you know WordPress, then you know you're not locked into any single platform. You can move your site to another provider or even switch content management systems entirely. Well, Hostinger lets you do the same with their web builder. So if you start with the builder, create a design you like, and later realize you need more flexibility, you can migrate your store to WordPress. No extra fees, no new accounts needed. That might just be the biggest pro when comparing Hostinger versus Shopify. The real magic here lies in WooCommerce, a plugin that transforms your WordPress site into a fully functional e-commerce store. The flexibility? Absolutely insane. Need custom product pages? There's a plugin for that. Want a specific payment gateway? Yep, plugin for that too. From advanced inventory management to SEO tools, WooCommerce has plugins for just about everything, allowing you to tailor your store exactly to your needs. That's why it's a favorite among developers and DIY enthusiasts. But here's the thing. You'll quickly notice one crucial downside. Needing a plugin for every small tweak can get overwhelming fast. Sure, you can build that perfect product page, but now your site has 4 extra plugins to load, and more plugins? Not exactly ideal for keeping your store lean and fast. Plus, while it's great to have all that functionality, many of these plugins come with premium versions or subscription fees. Some of it feels a bit excessive. Like for example, WooCommerce doesn't even offer native product tracking out of the box. It's something you have to buy separately. So yeah, those cheap Shopify alternatives can end up just as expensive once everything adds up. Here's where it gets a bit tricky. WooCommerce isn't exactly a plug and play solution. If you're completely new to WordPress, the setup process can feel overwhelming. You'll need to choose a hosting plan, install WordPress, then add WooCommerce. And after that, you're diving into configuring settings, picking a theme, and likely installing a bunch of additional plugins. It's not overly complicated, and yes, you'll get some guidance along the way, but let's be honest, it's a lot to take in and definitely time consuming. And once your store is live, the work doesn't stop there. You're now responsible for everything. Updates, backups, security, the whole package. It's basically like running your own little IT department. Whereas with a website builder, it's more like hiring that department for you. It's more limiting, sure, but the responsibility isn't all on your shoulders. And honestly, my thoughts on WooCommerce versus Shopify for beginners are pretty much echoed by what I've seen on Reddit. Users who've gone the WooCommerce route often recommend one thing: keep it streamlined. Pick a solid e-commerce theme, stick to the essentials, and you'll be golden. It's a setup that rewards patience and experimentation. So if you're the type who likes to tinker and customize every little detail, this might be exactly what you're looking for. Just be ready for some headaches and the occasional, "Why isn't this working?" moment. But when everything finally clicks, you get this real sense of ownership and control over your business. Ultimately, hosting your WordPress plus WooCommerce is perfect for those who want maximum flexibility without breaking the bank. It's not the easiest path, but if you're willing to learn the ropes, it's incredibly rewarding. And since you can run both a store with the website builder and another with WordPress under the same subscription, I highly recommend grabbing a plan using the discount link below and start building your online empire today. Next up is Wix, the middle ground between WordPress's do whatever the hell you want freedom and the beginner optimized simplicity of a website builder. If you've ever dreamed of designing a store that feels uniquely yours without touching a single line of code, Wix is your perfect playground. Its powerful drag and drop editor lets you customize virtually every aspect of your site to bring your vision to life. The number of options here is kind of insane, and that's not even counting code editing. You can probably guess how deep it goes once you start using custom code snippets. And honestly, if you're curious about trying out coding for the first time, Wix is a great place to start. The editor helps you understand what each snippet does, and they even include a cheat sheet for basic functions. That said, while you can do anything with Wix, you kind of need to know what you want. If you're unsure, the sheer volume of features can make you feel like you're drowning in options. I've read stories of users who spent hours tweaking font sizes, adjusting layouts, or endlessly dragging images around, only to realize they forgot to actually list their products. Oops. It's easy to get lost in the creative possibilities, so staying focused on the essentials is key. Overall, Wix continues to expand its feature set, adding tools like abandoned cart recovery and integrated shipping solutions, making Wix e-commerce more competitive than ever. While it doesn't quite match Shopify's massive app marketplace, which boasts over 8,000 apps, it's honestly not that far behind. Wix offers around 800 apps, including many built in-house and others created by third-party developers. And yes, on Wix, you can actually create and sell your own apps, which I think is a super cool feature and adds a layer of flexibility that many other platforms don't offer. Another caveat to watch out for is pricing. Wix starts out affordable, but as you begin adding more features like extra storage, advanced e-commerce tools, or third-party apps, the costs can creep up on you. While it's not quite as expensive as Shopify in the long run, it's something to keep in mind if you're working with a tight budget. Also, while Wix is great for small to medium-sized stores, it's not as scalable as platforms like Shopify or WooCommerce when it comes to handling high-volume sales or more complex business needs. A recurring complaint I've seen from users is SEO. Although Wix has made significant strides in this area, it still doesn't quite match up to WordPress or even Shopify in terms of advanced SEO capabilities. One Redditor summed it up perfectly. Wix SEO used to suck, now it only kinda sucks. And honestly, I agree. So if ranking high on Google is a top priority for your business, that's something to seriously consider. In short, when it comes to Wix versus Shopify for e-commerce, they offer similar tools, but Shopify is laser focused on online selling, while Wix spreads itself across all types of websites. Ultimately, Wix is ideal for anyone who values aesthetics and creative control more than massive scalability. If your goal is to launch a visually stunning, uniquely branded store, and you're not too concerned about handling thousands of orders or growing into a large-scale operation, then Wix is absolutely worth a shot. Just be mindful of the endless customization options. They can be a double-edged sword. Stay focused on your goals so you don't get overwhelmed or discouraged by the sea of choices. You know what? If you're still watching this and none of the alternatives quite felt like the perfect fit, maybe it's time to just grit your teeth and go with the e-commerce OG, Shopify. Look, it's not perfect, that's the whole point of this video, but I'd be lying if I said it's not the closest thing to perfection for beginners and small to medium-sized stores. At the end of the day, Shopify is built to be the best all-around solution. It's powerful, scalable, and everything just works. Payments, inventory, shipping, taxes. Shopify handles all the annoying back-end stuff so you can actually run your business. It's like a Toyota Camry. Not the flashiest, not the trendiest, but somehow indestructible. You don't know how they made something so solid and dependable that still leaves you slightly frustrated, and yet you keep coming back to it. If you found yourself stuck or frustrated with Shopify, I suggest trying a different approach before jumping ship. If you use the default templates and felt uninspired, consider investing in a premium third-party theme. They're relatively affordable and offer designs tailored to almost every niche. Missing design tools or certain features? Try out one of the many website builder add-ons available. They can completely transform your workflow and open up new creative options. Worried about fees stacking up? Limit your apps to just the essentials in the beginning and gradually scale up as your store grows. In short, try playing by Shopify's rules a little, lean into its strengths, and you might just find it becomes the perfect partner for building that dream online business. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the cost. Yes, Shopify's monthly fees can stack up fast, especially when you start adding apps or want advanced customization. And sure, if you're aiming for full creative control, you'll either need to learn a bit of Liquid, Shopify's coding language, or hire a developer, both of which can get pricey. But here's the thing. Even the most vocal critics usually end their complaints with, yeah, but it works. And that's the bottom line. Shopify works. It's stable, it's streamlined, and it takes a ton of stress out of running an online store. So maybe give it another shot, especially if you use the Shopify discount link I dropped in the description to get started on the right foot. So, which one's right for you? If you're just starting out and want a no-fuss setup, hosting your website builder is your best bet. If you need maximum flexibility and don't mind getting hands-on, Hostinger with WordPress and WooCommerce gives you a powerful playground. Looking for creative freedom and an enjoyable design experience? Wix will be right up your alley. And if you're ready to scale and invest in a rock-solid solution, Shopify's got your back. Links to all these platforms are in the description. Let me know in the comments which one you're leaning toward or if you have any questions. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more e-commerce tips and reviews. Catch you in the next one.